Hey guys, it's Jackie again, and welcome to Q&A Friday, and a very happy Halloween to everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day, not indulging in too many sweet treats, but maybe just a couple here and there, especially if they're Skittles. I love Skittles. I love them. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is answering your health and fitness related questions. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So if you have any questions you would like answered, please leave them in the comments below this video. And who knows, your questions might be answered next week. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you get all of those updates and all of those questions that are answered. So this week we have a very good question. Our question comes from Kyle in Florida. And Kyle wants to know, what is the best way to go about losing weight? And I'm assuming losing weight and keeping it off, because that's what we all want to do, right? We don't want to lose weight initially and then put it all back on once we stop whatever it is we're doing. Kyle says he's currently doing the South Beach diet and he feels like he's just starving. So, I definitely want to address this. It's a very good question. And of course, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of diets and weight loss systems on the market today. And it is very hard to know what's the truth and what you should follow. And is gluten bad? Is it low fat, low carb? Like, what's the best way to lose weight? And honestly, to sum it up, the best way to lose weight is very slowly, which unfortunately is not what everybody wants to hear, but it's the truth. What these fad diets promote is rapid weight loss. And I also get the question all the time, do diets work? And the answer is yes, they do work. Unfortunately, the reason they work is because they're really low calorie, and usually that means that that's not sustainable over the long term. Eventually, we can only hold out for so long, and then we're going to give in and cheat on our diet or whatever it happens to be, which really is unfair because it probably wasn't a reasonable approach to weight loss to begin with. So what you want to do, and let me back up and say that yes, diets work, but not for the reason that people think they do. The reason that fad diets work, or the reason people lose weight on the Atkins diet or the South Beach diet or any of the other diets that are out there, isn't because you stop eating carbs or because you stop eating fat or whatever it happens to be. Any diet that restricts one particular thing is not going to be sustainable in the long term. The reason they work is because they're low calorie. When you cut out one whole particular food group, of course you're going to lose weight because you've just slashed your calories. So yeah, and a lot of those diets are around 1,200 calories a day for women and maybe 1,500 to 1,700 for men, which is way too low. Not going to be sustainable in the long term. So what you want to do to take a sustainable approach. Now, I don't care if you want to do low carb or if you want to do gluten-free or low fat, as long as you're getting adequate amounts of nutrients and you're getting adequate fiber, especially if you're training, getting adequate protein and adequate fiber. And I think it was 2 weeks ago in Q&A Friday, I talked about the ideal ratios of protein for losing fat and gaining muscle. So you might want to go back and check out that episode as well to get those exact numbers. But we don't want you restricting any one thing for a long term. But if you decide, I want to go gluten-free, why? Because it makes you feel better or because you do have a sensitivity, fine. That's not what's going to make you lose weight. Being in a relative calorie deficit is what's going to make you lose weight. So what that means is, in order to lose weight the right way, the first thing you need to do is determine what your maintenance calories were for your body weight before you started doing the plan that you're currently following. So Let's say, for example, you are a male and you weigh 200 pounds, okay? Most people will maintain their weight on 14 to 16 calories per pound body weight per day. The best way to find out if you're maintaining is to track it. So go download a food app on your phone, like MyFitnessPal or MyNetDiary, and track how much you're eating every single day. And if your weight is staying the same, that represents maintenance calories for you. Once we determine what your maintenance calories are, then we can make a slight reduction in the number of calories you are consuming. Now, yes, carbohydrates, I guess, get a bad rap, but they are some of the easiest things to cut out if we're talking simple sugars, sodas, junk foods, really extra high fat foods, easy stuff to cut out of your diet to create that calorie deficit. But we're talking, 200 calories a day. If your maintenance calories are 2,500 calories a day and all of a sudden you go on South Beach and you're eating 1,700 calories a day, that's way too big of a calorie deficit, especially if you're exercising. So it might be more realistic to reduce your calories from maintenance by 200 calories to 300 calories. So you go from 2,500 to 2,200 calories a day and maybe increase exercise slightly, okay? No, don't go all New Year's resolution on me, all right? Don't decide you're going to go do 3 hours of running and cut calories to 1,500 calories a day. That's where people get in trouble. You're not going to feel very good. You're not going to be a very happy person to be around, okay? So that's the best way to do it. And as long as you're losing weight at a reasonable rate, reasonable being 1 to 2 pounds a week, then keep doing what you're doing. If you start to plateau, then it's time to adjust by either one or the other, decreasing calories again slightly, maybe 100 calories a day, 50 calories a day, or increasing exercise by increasing intensity or increasing volume, duration, or adding another workout session per week. Hope that makes sense. So just make those small, minor adjustments. I promise you'll feel a lot better, and your results will be so much more sustainable that way. And actually, that brings up another really good point as to why do people lose 6 to 10 pounds in a week when they first start the Atkins diet or the South Beach diet? Well, the answer to that is usually it's because they're losing a ton of water weight, okay? They've cut out all of the processed foods, which contain a lot of sodium. So they're losing water weight because they're not ingesting those high sodium foods anymore. And then also, if you cut carbohydrates pull water. When you cut out carbs, boom, the water goes. So that's easily 6 pounds for a person. So sorry to say that usually the initial rapid weight loss isn't fat loss, which is what we're trying to achieve. So hopefully that answers your question, Kyle. If you have any more questions, please reach out and let me know. That goes for everybody else watching this. Please leave your comments and questions below. I'm here to help you. And in fact, if you feel like you've plateaued in your weight loss, I wrote a free ebook about the 5 habits that sabotage weight loss success. And I'll put a link to that below this video, and you can check that out and see if maybe the reason you're not losing weight like you want is listed there. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for updates. Head on over to Facebook, say hello, join our awesome community over there. Until next week, happy Halloween. I hope you have a great weekend and look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.